think it is.
I think it's very effective. But Jesus said this. Jesus said, I did not come into the world to condemn the world, but that the world through me might be saved. But he that believes not is condemned already. So Jesus preached condemnation. He that believes not is condemned already. Jesus condemned those who didn't believe. Right. Well, you have to understand, the Old Testament was just a foreshadow of what was coming. For example, the book of Leviticus said that you needed to sacrifice animals if you sinned. But now that Jesus has been sacrificed, you don't need to sacrifice animals. So Jesus fulfilled the law. And now you don't need to sacrifice animals because Jesus is the sacrifice. Those were only a foreshadowing of the real thing, of Jesus. And now, even the Bible even says Israel has been cut off because of their unbelief. But now God has a church of Jews and Gentiles. And that's what God always wanted. Israel was to be a light unto the nations. Through the seed of Abraham, God wanted to bless all nations. So now the church is a fulfillment of what God was always trying to do in the Old Testament, to bring in the Jews and the Gentiles. Most college students can't survive on their own. Most college students are dependent upon the money of their parents. Elementary students can't survive on their own.
I'm saying that without, even with, if you take out a feeding, give it, try to...
It can't feed itself. A lot of old people can't feed themselves either. Doesn't mean you have the right to kill old people just because they can't feed themselves. You don't have the right to kill a baby because it can't feed itself.
You can't survive outside of woman's body, period.
No, you can have a premature birth. But even after the baby's born, it can't survive on its own. You still need to breastfeed it or give it a baby bottle.
Premature birth is not a fetus. Premature born baby is a baby.
So the only difference is one is in the room and one is outside.
The difference is that one cannot survive even with the medical treatments, with the medical machinery. Fetuses cannot survive. That's why.
Oh, is it? Okay, now let me say that, let me make a point on what you were saying. Okay, a normal pregnancy is what, 9 months? But what if you have a premature birth after only 7.5 months? What's the difference between that baby now that it's outside of the womb and the babies that make the full 9 months and are still in the womb? What's the difference?
There is a difference, but that's not a fetus.
The difference is one is inside, one is outside. They're still developed the same way.
You're asking the difference.
You're a Nazi. You're worse than a Nazi. You're promoting the slaughter of innocent babies. You need to take more serious human life.
You just advocated killing people. Real, alive.
I believe the government should execute capital punishment upon abortionists. Abortion should be illegal, and anyone who practices abortion should be executed by the government. They're murderers.
Do you know what fascists?
It would be right to kill them. Yeah, it would save babies. If the government would kill these abortion doctors, they would save babies. Yeah. It's the job of the government to do that. It's not my job. It's the government's job.
Then people would do it themselves.
It's never okay to kill babies.
So you think a baby has the same rights as a human being?
A baby is a human being.
In a moral sense, or are we talking like a human being as in...
They have the right to life. As a former fetus, I am against abortion.
I mean, that's your right to be against it. You don't need to be here and preach it.
I'm glad your mother didn't have an abortion.
I'm sure I'm pissed off your mom didn't, I guess.
Yeah, you guys say, save the jihadists, but kill the babies. That's ridiculous. One is innocent, one is guilty.
I wouldn't be here.
Baby's innocent, jihadist is guilty.
But you think
if you DUI and you crash into a woman who's pregnant, you could be charged with double murder.
Oh, yeah, you can. That was from Scott Peterson's shit in California.
Scott Peterson was was charged with double murder for killing a pregnant woman.
And how many months pregnant was she? I think it was seven months.
You can have an abortion at 7 months.
No.
You can have an abortion at 7 months.
What?
Yes, you can.
Abortion, and that is in the
Partial birth abortion is 9 months. That's 9 months.
That's the only time they do it is if it's endangering the life of the mom.
That's not true.
Those are
No, that's not true. No, you can. In some states, it doesn't matter what the
not
reason.
In the state of Texas, so you should go to a state that can do that. In the state of Texas, you cannot.
It's murder to kill babies. You guys are worse than a bunch of Nazis.
That's true. By the way, when United States